Today, congressional Democrats are unveiling an immigration reform bill calling for a sweeping overhaul of the country's immigration system.
Joining us now is California Congresswoman Jackie Speier. Welcome back to GMA3, Congresswoman. And you know, we have seen administrations from both sides of the aisle try to get meaningful immigration reform passed. What is different this time? What's your level of confidence that it can actually happen this time?
Well, the difference is, of course, that we have both houses of Congress and the presidency. And we have attempted immigration reform in the past. There were bipartisan measures that were actually passed in the Senate, brought over to the House, and then they would die there. We cannot allow 11 million people living in our country for decades not to have a pathway to citizenship when they've been upstanding people who have played by the rules, contributed to their taxes, and have raised their children here. So we don't want to see child and family separations. And so creating this program is just the humane thing to do and the right thing to do.
We're talking about the immigration reform bill there, but also this $1.9 trillion package that President Biden wants to get through. And then the next spending bill, which will have a lot to do with infrastructure, has already been talked about. You said there was bipartisan support in the past, but on these spending bills that are coming up, there is support for the relief bill, some bipartisan support. But are you in favor of Democrats, with the slim margins you do have in Congress, going it alone? Would you recommend that President Biden, right now, just get your packages through, even if it means you have to sacrifice bipartisan support?
The answer is a resounding yes. We are calling this the American Rescue Act for a reason. There are more than 10 million Americans who are unemployed right now. We've seen 2.3 million women lose their jobs, and there's going to be another 4 million jobs that will be permanently lost. So it is time to act on behalf of the American people who are suffering from COVID through no fault of their own.
And speaking of it being time to act, it is 2021. And we still, as a nation, do not have a ratified Equal Rights Amendment. You have been very outspoken on this issue. Why is that the case? And could this year be the year?
I do believe this could be the year. We now have 38 states that have ratified it. We are one of very few industrialized countries in the world that don't have it in our Constitution. So whether it's pregnancy discrimination, pay discrimination, other issues that plague women in our society, we are still not considered equal. And it's time for us to put women in the Constitution.
Now that we've gotten past the impeachment trial, we've gotten past so much that's happened, are you seeing any different tone from your colleagues? Are you seeing anything different behind the scenes that leaves you hopeful and then would make us hopeful that there is a change in tone and mindset going forward?
You know, TJ, I'd like to say yes. I certainly work with a number of my Republican colleagues. Most of my legislation is always bipartisan in nature. But if you recall, in the hours after the insurrectionists, after the rioters defaced the Capitol of the United States, 2/3 of the Republicans in the House voted to overturn the elections in Arizona and Georgia. So minutes after this horrific event, they were still hell-bent on moving forward to try and create a coup within the Constitution.
I guess that's a no, Congresswoman. We could be hopeful, though, but we appreciate your honesty. Congresswoman Jackie Speier, we appreciate you spending some time with us here on GMA3. Certainly always welcome on our show. I know we'll see you down the road, all right?
All right. Thank you for having me.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.